guys, it's Alyssa from Online Fabric Store. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the fabric on an outdoor sling chair. It can save you a lot of money and it's super easy to do. So let's get started.
You're going to want to take a few measurements to begin with. The first should be the length of the sling chair mesh. Do this by measuring about 1/8 of an inch from the beginning and end of each sling rail. Make sure to follow the contour of the chair closely to get an accurate measurement. Make a note of this measurement and add 1 inch for seam allowance. Then, measure the distance between the sling rails at both the top and the bottom edge of the chair. Not all chairs have the same width at the top and the bottom, so you may have to cut your piece at an angle. Add 1 inch to each side for seam allowance and to make channels for the spline. Draw your measurements onto your Phifertex fabric using chalk or a fabric marker. Cut the piece out. Indicate where your seam allowance is so you are able to easily fold and sew your fabric. On the top and bottom, fold over the raw edge towards the back of the fabric 1/2 inch and then pin or clip. It may help to use the handle of your scissors to create a crease. Sew where you just folded. Then, fold the sides in towards the back of the fabric 1 inch and then pin or clip. This will create a channel. Sew this channel with 2 rows of stitching, making sure to backstitch at the beginning and the end. Push the spline through each of the channels. I used a lighter to make the ends smoother so it would slide through the channel easier. Take off the screws and remove the sling rails. Remove the caps off of the sling rails very carefully with a screwdriver or a knife's edge. Mine were falling apart, so I removed them a few days before and glued them together as best as I could and then painted them. Remove any old fabric from your chair by cutting it away and then pulling the spline out of the edges. It's easier to do this with pliers. This can be really hard, but don't get discouraged. Greg helped me with this, so don't be fooled by the movie magic. I'm going to be sanding down this chair and applying Rust-Oleum primer and a dark gray spray paint. I found this chair at the Brimfield flea market and it was pretty beat up, so a fresh coat of paint did it wonders. Now it's time to start putting your chair back together. Make sure that the rails are facing in the right direction and slide the spline through the channel. I used a little petroleum jelly to make sliding the materials through the sling rails easier. Trim down any extra spline and place the caps back onto the sling rails. Screw the sling rails in about halfway all the way around. Then go back and screw in each one a few turns at a time to make sure that the fabric is as tight as it will go. Now you need to replace the tension bar or bars. There are a few methods that I have found for doing this. I saw some people using a type of spreader tool or a jack clamp and even a car jack. Not everyone has that stuff lying around though, so we're just going to use a good old-fashioned rubber mallet to get the job done. Start by slightly bending your tension bar and then slipping it into the holes on either side. Then, start pounding it back until it's in a straight position.
And now your chair is complete. Thanks for watching this OFS project. Like and subscribe to our channel for more crafting videos, tips, and tricks. See you next time.
To do this project, you'll need the following materials: Phifertex, spline, chalk, scissors, thread, a ruler, a rubber mallet, pins or clips, and then spray paint and sandpaper, which are optional.